These players do emerge in new forms as presidents, for example. And Bob Iger came to mind as I was reading the book because he obviously at one point was going to be the U.S. or potential U.S. ambassador to China. He's now currently CEO of Disney again. That China was a win for him, was it not? Has that sort of, we're now seeing, I think, Marvel movies start to stream in to China again now that he's back in that role. Can you talk a little bit about Disney and, where it's ranked relative to its rivals?
I mean, I think there's no question that they have had the most success in China. They have basically reared an entire generation of Chinese children on Marvel superheroes and Pixar characters, and they're selling a million toys there. They're selling tons of tickets, right? Mm-hmm. When times are good. They've even built a theme park that cost more than $5 billion to put up outside of Shanghai. Mm-hmm. I would argue, though, that success is more of a vulnerability today than ever, because when the geopolitical winds shift, Disney is caught in the middle, and an investment that's
much like they've been in Florida, by the way, so it's not unique to China, right?
Well, it's an interesting parallel. It's an interesting parallel to draw, and I think for a long time, Chinese politics was kind of out of sight, out of mind to most shareholders, but that's not the case anymore. And I think a lot of businesses are waking up to the possibility that we could see a world. I mean, look at what happened when Russia invaded Ukraine, mm-hmm. and all business ties to Russia had to be severed almost immediately. In a world where something like that happened with China, it would be hugely consequential for the bottom line of a company like Disney. So yes, absolutely, they rushed into it, and they did everything they could to protect their presence there, whether it was censoring movies or agreeing to certain economic terms with state-owned businesses and state-owned entities. Absolutely, they did whatever it took to have the presence they have there now. But I think going forward, if tensions continue to rise between the two countries, companies like Disney are really going to be caught in the middle. And I think it's interesting that at one point, Bob Iger thought that his experience in the business of China qualified him to be ambassador to China. But it's pretty clear by the choice of the Biden administration in terms of who they put in there, that it was not going to be an administration where that relationship was defined necessarily economically.
Right.